श्री दात्रेय स्तोत्रम।
Top of the morning, Bay, with Good Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on you and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार भरा नमस्ते,
नमस्कार.
वनकम,
नमस्कारा.
खुशामदीद,
Assalamu alaikum.
सत श्री अकाल,
మీకందరికి వందనము.
जय स्वामी नारायण,
जय श्री कृष्ण.
जय जिनेंद्र.
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोल दे या अली मदद.
मौलाली मदद बोलते हुए सारे फीजी मतलब बोलेंगे नीसा बुला बदजन. हम हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे मैं से फालतू बाबा.
And of course, myself, Faltu Rani, लेकर आपके लिए एक और drive time that's going to make it totally exciting and totally mastani bandu jane.
To the Bajan, of course, everybody out there listening to us, a very good morning to you. And of course, हमारे Facebook पे जो भी हमें ट्यूनिंग कर रहे हैं, आप सभी लोगों को भी स्वागत है आज का शो पे. And yes, today is the 344th day of sheltering in place. But yes, we still are in shelter in place mode. We'll share more information about the for sure. COVID vaccinations के बारे में बहुत सारी बातें हो रही है. The JJ vaccine, which is Johnson & Johnson vaccine, is going to coming up is pending approval right now. It's going to be today. Probably you might get the approval on that. And that happens, probably we'll have more vaccines coming into the market for people to be getting vaccinated. And the plan is to make sure that Biden meets his goal of 100 million vaccines given out to people in the first 100 days of his campaign, and he is already halfway point there. 50 million vaccines have been administered already in his arms. More to go, but then we'll get information as we share with you guys on our Good Morning Bay and also on the news blog mediamahima.com. लेकिन अभी के लिए बंजन, I do understand you want to know what's happening with the road and everything. बंजन, रास्ते का हाल लीजिएगा, आपके लिए पेश है एकदम सस्ते में.
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
Yeah, but then wherever you can give us a call here for sure. But only one thing I got to report right now is an accident, a collision with injuries on 101 southbound entering at the Whipple Avenue in Redwood City, Badajan. The left blocked. Doesn't seem to be affecting the traffic because traffic seems flowing over there. So watch out for that particular accident. If you're on that lane, watch out for that. Just coming in, a disabled vehicle reported on 13 southbound south of Park Boulevard in Oakland. Doesn't seem to affect traffic, but San Francisco is packed for some reason. A lot of bottlenecks here and there. I don't know. People are still working in San Francisco. I just wonder why people are in San Francisco in the first place. You know, the rents are so prohibitive.
There are people who are probably going there just to visit Gate Bridge, go to the parks. Haven't you seen how many people are traveling there just for sometimes I feel it defeats the purpose of physical distancing because everybody is going to the same place.
Yeah, but outdoors, outdoors still is okay, but indoors where it always becomes a problem later on, right? That's what people have been warning the public about and saying that watch out for indoor things. But now San Mateo is opening up their indoor restaurant dinings and everything, so we'll have to watch out for that. Very cautious because right now, yes, if you look at the update of what's happening with the COVID situation, it is kind of promising because we are getting the increased viruses. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But let's quickly go and see how the weather looking nice and sunny outside. You're gonna highest of around mid-60s probably. So it's kind of a chill, but anyway, that's it's okay. It'll pass, right, Faltwani?
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, Benjan, right now it's time for us to go take a look at the news headlines for you guys. So, लीजिएगा आपके लिए पेश है the news headlines from United States.
From the Radio Dihari studios in San Francisco, California, these are your morning news headlines. House Democrats ready to push through Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID-19 plan. The people are hurting. Biden weighs path forward for $15 minimum wage after the Senate roadblock. Trump's hold on the Republican Party on full display as conservatives gather. U.S. Senate referee says Democrats cannot include the $15 minimum wage in the COVID-19 bill. And Mitch McConnell to support Donald Trump if the party picks him as its 2020. More on all this coming up shortly.
Oh my God, did I hear Mitch McConnell say somebody?
Yes.
Pick him out, nominee for what? Presidential nominee?
Yes.
Oh my God, so he thinks that he's going to... Wow. really Mitchy. What did Trump call him? Something Mitchy, right? Snitchy Mitchy, something like that. He calls him.
No. Many people call him Moscow Mitch, but...
Okay. But we'll talk about that. We'll get information on news updates for sure.
And then there's another expletive that people use.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Trump's dash, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but then here you go. This is the Gane Kida lined up for you guys today. And Faltani, you will have issues also, I suppose. But I hope not. But I'll tell you one thing. Whenever hardships comes, don't wait. Just keep walking.
किशोर कुमार के आवाज में, right?
Yes. Lakshmikant Pyaralal's music.
कांटों पे चल के मिलेंगे साए बहार के, रुक जाना नहीं तू कहीं हार के, कांटों पे चल के मिलेंगे साए बहार के, ओ राही राही ओ राही ओ राही.
Lakshmikant Pyaralal's music, Banjan. If you're wondering which movie it's from, it's actually a movie called, oh my god, is it, oh, it's slipping my mind, Father. Do you know which movie it is? Imtihan. See, what a wonderful name for a song also, a movie name, also a song, what wonderfully written also, by the way. And it was penned by, I don't know, I don't remember, I'm sorry about that, very bad. I'll try to find out, Banjan.
नैना सुनिए हैं ये राहों के दिए हैं, नैना सू जो लिए हैं ये राहों के दिए हैं, लोगों को उनका सब कुछ दे के, तू तो चला था सपने ही लेके, कोई नहीं तो तेरे अपने हैं सपने ये प्यार के.
And of course, Banjan, this beautiful song is penned, of course, by Majoo Sultanpuri Saab. And a very nice song. ये गाना आएगा और Banjan, don't worry about और play करूँगा आपके लिए because this Gane Kida keeps coming back to you again and again and again. But here's what's gonna come to you right now, Banjan. This is gonna be the news which we actually share with you guys, the headlines. Abhi jaake we're gonna check out what's happening with the news in detail. Faltani, what's happening? You tell me more about Michi.
I will talk a little bit about Mitch after, but let's tell you that the Democratic-controlled House of Reps on Friday was aiming to push through President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion coronavirus aid package, though they looked unlikely to be able to use the package to raise minimum wage nationwide. A contentious and potentially long debate was expected as Republicans opposed the cost of the bill to pay for vaccines and other medical supplies to battle a COVID-19 pandemic that has killed more than 500,000 Americans and thrown millions out of work. The measure would also send a new round of emergency aid to households, small businesses, and state and local governments. A group of Senate Republicans had offered Biden a slimmed-down alternative, but the White House and some economists insist on a big package instead. Let's also tell you, Banjan, that Biden actually weighing the path forward, because one of the things that the Senate parliamentarian came up with yesterday evening was the fact that the $15 minimum wage cannot be included. Remember? Well, President Joe Biden is still committed to raising the U.S. minimum wage to $15 after the Senate referee ruled that the provision could be included in the COVID-19 relief bill, a top White House economic advisor said on Friday. White House National Economic Council Director Brian Deese, in an interview with MSNBC, said that the administration was disappointed by the Senate parliamentarians' Thursday ruling and would consult with congressional leaders about the path forward, because President Biden is committed to getting it done. Trump's hold on the Republican Party is now on full display as conservatives gather. Donald Trump's hold on the Republican Party will be on full display as an annual gathering of prominent U.S. conservatives began in earnest on Friday, with the former president expected to chart a future for the party with himself as the lead figure. Oh my God.
Why not? Why not? When you can have Trump, anybody can. You know, when Trump can, so can you, is what it is.
Prominent congressional conservatives, including Senators Ted Cruz, Tom Cotton, and Josh Hawley, and Representatives Steve Scalise and Matt Gaetz, were among the Trump loyalists expected to speak at the CPAC, which is the Conservative Political Action Conference, going to be held on Sunday in Orlando, Florida, which Trump is going to be addressing. In his speech, Trump is expected to speak of the future of the party, lay out policy differences within a group riven by differences.
Where's
on the
Pence and all this, Faltwani?
I have no idea. On the way forward in the wake of his chaotic 4 years in office. The divide right now is between the Beltway elites and the conservative grassroots around the country, a Trump advisor who helped prepare the speech was saying.
But if you're wondering what Beltway is, but Jan, actually is the Washington DC Beltway. They're talking about those elites in Washington DC, and it's between them and the rest of the country is what they're saying.
Yeah, the conservative grassroots. So they're saying the people, the hardcore white Americans who are supporters of Trump. And it was interesting because yesterday I happened to meet somebody who actually told me that, even here in California, in places like Hollister, and in some places even like Monterey, Carmel and all, there's a very clear demarcation of racism there. There's very clear supremacist tendencies amongst people and all that. That's where the rallies happen, right?
I can imagine, yeah.
Anyway, but one would think, Mitch McConnell majorly decried Trump, right? So one would think that he would be one of those people who, because he excoriated Trump over that deadly Jan 6 Capitol riot, right? Not so long ago. He now says he would absolutely vote for Trump if he became the 2024 presidential nominee. McConnell, who Trump blasted last week as a dour, sullen and unsmiling political hack, said he expects to see an open contest for Republican White House nomination in 2024, but showed no hesitation in backing when asked whether he would vote for him as a nominee. The nominee of the party? Absolutely, McConnell said in a Fox
News. Is this how McConnell talks already?
I think so. So anyway, those were the US news in detail.
And that was the news for you guys in detail. We'll come back to the other news, but John, of course, this is just what happens in America, or pretty much in our...
in the United States of America, larger political front.
What was I saying, Fatwani?
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you're going to share news or do you want me to share local?
Oh, go ahead. Hey, Fatwani, come on, let's go. Local news, what's happening locally, Falguni?
Right? There's a huge search that's going on for a San Francisco girl who went missing yesterday. Authorities in San Francisco and beyond Friday continued searching for this missing 14-year-old girl who may be in the company of a runaway 16-year-old boy from Michigan, say SFPD. And, the search is still on. The governor's vaccine plan aims to reopen California classrooms. California governor released a new plan on Thursday outlining how the state will allocate funds to education workers as Governor Gavin pushes to reopen more schools to in-person instruction. He announced last week that at least 10% of the state's vaccines would go to education workers starting in March, which translates to roughly 75,000 dedicated doses a week. For education workers.
But of course, Bhajan, all this is good, wonderful, but you got to keep a track on the numbers. That's what we keep doing over here at Media Mahima. The number of, in California alone, number of deaths actually has crossed 50,000, unfortunately. Wow. There was a miscalculation which happened not miscalculation, I would say data came a little bit later as of yesterday because we shared that it was 49,000. No, it's close to 51,000 deaths in California as of yesterday, Bhajan. That's 25th, on the day first actually, not even 26th, 25th actually. 2 days data is what we have lag in data collection, right? So in terms of the positive cases going up, they still is around 0.1%, but 5,000 new cases are coming up every day. 5,000 new cases are coming up every day. That's what is exponentially growing right now. Santa Clara County has not improved. It still have around 250 new cases coming up every day.
Really?
Yes, Santa Clara County, and Alameda also is pretty much the same. Same boat as Santa Clara because they still have around 150 to cases coming up every day. And Alameda County, unfortunately, we had as a report as of yesterday, around 18 new deaths. Which bring the total up to around 1,200 deaths in Alameda County alone. So again, a very grim situation. Still getting there. It's kind of plateauing right now, but experts are kind of worried that there might be a fourth surge, Faltwani. People are saying that there could be a fourth surge because of the variants and the lack of vaccines getting to people in time. They claim that there could be a fourth surge as well, a fourth spike, what do we call it?
Well, the good thing is President Biden yesterday marked 50 million COVID-19 vaccine doses to be administered United States since he took office last month. This is a halfway point in his promise to get to the 100 million vaccines within his first 100 days. The US has now given a total of 66.5 million vaccine doses and a third vaccine now from Johnson & Johnson, which is going to be coming into play as soon as almost next week if FDA authorizes its emergency use. And of course, according to a recent survey conducted, about 55% of adults have either gotten a shot to get one as soon as possible, up from 47% in mid-January, which is a good sign. And of course, sharp decline in cases has now flattened to a plateau, which is good nationwide. We're looking at that. But you're saying cases are still rising in Santa Clara County. But
so when you say plateaued, Faltari, please, people should understand one thing. The data-wise, statistics is all about just projecting what is the project, right?
Yeah.
When they say plateauing, the number of new cases are plateauing, Faltari.
Yeah.
So in other words,
because they're vaccinated?
No, you didn't get my point. So there is always an increase of people. People are getting the virus, right? But the amount of people getting the virus has plateaued right now.
Right.
So in other words, it has not stopped. People are still transmitting, and this virus is moving around to different people.
Right.
But the rate at which it moves around has plateaued right now is what we should actually tell people, clarify to people, because please don't think, yeah, wonderful, 1.1% nothing, remove the mask and walk around. Dangerous situation, Manajan. Don't do it right now. As of now, please be patient. You're doing a wonderful job. All of us are trying to do our best in this tough times. Maybe the families, the kids, all those people. I know my heart goes to everybody out there, but we have to just grit it out for some more time. Just a few more, couple of more months probably, until the vaccine, everybody gets vaccinated. A good number of people gets vaccinated,
Right. The Santa Clara County Public Health Department announced yesterday that it's going to be relaxing restrictions on schools, outdoor gatherings, and youth activities. This directive for youth and adult recreational athletic activities will no longer be in effect. And will be subject to the state guidelines. County's directive for programs serving children and youth like day camps, childcare, fitness facilities will no longer be in effect and will be subject again to state guidelines. County's directive for schools to remain subject to state guidelines for K through 12, so they don't have more stringent guidelines. Rules for outdoor gatherings are also more relaxed. Masks are no longer required outdoors as long as a 6-foot distance is maintained among people. This
is Santa Clara County?
Santa Clara County.
Very good. Santa Clara, thank you so much for that.
And of course, the county has also announced that it looks like they're going to be in the less restrictive red tier as soon as Wednesday.
Nice.
And Angelique Stump, who are the owners of the Table restaurant in Glen, are saying that it's a move in the right direction because we eventually want to move back to the normal way things are done. Restaurants have been challenged by the on and off shutdowns, remember? Because sales go up and down, and we now they're saying that once we go into red tier, some indoor dining may also open up in Santa Clara County.
Wonderful news right there, Bachan. At least it's what's happening over here in the US, but we've got to see what's happening around the world, Bachan. At let's go check out the world headlines. Here you go.
From Radio D Hotties, these are the world news headlines. Syria condemns cowardly US airstrikes on Iran-backed militias. Myanmar envoy appeals to UN to stop coup as police break up protests. Gunmen kidnap more than 300 schoolgirls in increasingly lawless northwest Nigeria. Armenian opposition leader urges army to rebel after PM's coup accusation. More on this coming up shortly.
Yeah, but Jan, well, Valtteri, globally, they're not worried about the now.
Well, there is a global concern on the virus, but with a vaccine leader like India doing vaccines all over the place, I think it's incredible that India has totally like stepped up, and I'm not making a hoo-ha about it. It's like, okay, fine, sure, here you go.
That's the way we
That's
work
how many
always.
million.
Hey, that's the way we work, Pratha.
Yeah.
That's how Indian culture is. Right?
Yeah, and in fact, now Sri Lanka has even said that they're not going to be distributing. They've frozen their request for the Chinese vaccine. They're going to
Good.
request support from India for.
It's closer by, right?
Yeah. Well, this is what we call vaccine diplomacy. So, yay, good for India. But let's tell you, Banijan, Syria condemned U.S. airstrikes, Iran-backed militias in the east of the country on Friday as a cowardly act and urged President Joe Biden to not follow the law of the jungle. An Iraqi militia official close to Iran said the strikes killed one fighter and wounded 4, but U.S. officials said they were limited in scope to show Biden's administration will act firmly while trying to avoid a big regional action. Washington and Tehran are seeking maximum leverage in attempts to return to the Iran nuclear deal reached in 2015 but abandoned by former President Donald Trump in 2018, after which regional tension soared and fears of full-scale conflict grew. So, for those of you who don't know what exactly happened, Banajan, yesterday, in fact, the U.S. military carried out strikes on a site in Syria used by 2 Iranian-backed militia groups. So the strikes actually marked the U.S. military's first known action under Biden and were in response to rocket attacks on American forces in the region in the past 2 weeks. So this February 15th rocket attack on coalition forces near Erbil International Airport in Iraqi Kurdistan killed a civilian contractor and injured 9 others, and Iran denied involvement in the attack. So these U.S. airstrikes were like a retaliatory measure, and they came as Washington and Tehran, both, like I mentioned, are positioning themselves for negotiations together. In Myanmar, we shared with you yesterday that there were these, it was getting violent, right, with the people opposed to the, government being overthrown and Aung San Suu Kyi being jailed. A envoy for Myanmar's ousted government called on the United Nations to use any means necessary to stop a military coup on Friday as police cracked down on anti-junta protesters with apparently rubber bullets and stun grenades. The Southeast Asia has been in crisis since the army seized power on February 1 and detained government leader Aung San Suu Kyi and much of her party leadership after the military complained of fraud in a November election her party won. The Election Commission said that the vote was indeed fair. Speaking on behalf of Suu Kyi's government, Myanmar's UN ambassador appealed to the United Nations to use any means necessary to take action against this military coup and provide safety and security for the people of Myanmar. Remember some time ago there was this whole big thing where 300 girls were kidnapped?
That was the one in Africa, right?
Yeah.
Nigeria.
Yeah. Well, gunmen seized more than 300 girls again in a nighttime raid on a school in northwest Nigeria on Friday and are believed to be holding some of them in a forest, police said. It was the second such kidnapping in little over a week in a region increasingly targeted by violent and criminal gangs. There was no immediate claim of responsibility. Police in the Zamfara state said they began search and rescue operations with the army to find the armed bandits who took the 317 girls from the Government Girls Science Secondary School in the town of Jangebe. You could get more information about this on MediaMahima.com. And finally, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan's grip on power appeared to be slipping on Friday, a day after the army of Armenia called on him to quit. Hundreds of demonstrators rallied in the capital Yerevan to demand his downfall, and a leading opposition figure called on the army to rebel against him. 2 former presidents have already said he must step down. You can get more information again on MediaMahima.com. That was the news from across the world.
And of course, Bajan, right now, quick look at what's happening in the tech world for you guys. So all the techies out there who understand, want to like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Here you go. This is the headlines from the tech world.
The tech news headlines for today. GameStop shares are on track to triple for week as trading options spike. China's Huawei reeling from US sanctions, plans foray into EVs. Bitcoin is set for the worst week since March as riskier assets sold off. US withdraws opposition to digital tax at the G20 meeting. More on all this coming up shortly.
And of course, Benjan, quite a lot of stuff happening in the tech world as well. I was hoping to hear something about the Twitter part of it, because Twitter actually has opened up people to actually start paying for subscriptions.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We don't have Twitter which you can pay, but don't worry about it. Even if we get on Twitter, probably it'll be free. But it's an option they give it for people to be able to.
But do you really like somebody so much that you'll pay to follow them?
Hello?
What?
People are that way. People will do it. Now, if you have a 1 cent, they'll subscribe for sure.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, people. Hello, excuse me. How do you think it works in terms of other things? Like, how do I think it's one way of actually trying to privatize all these things, but of course, it's an option.
No, man, they're actually saying that Twitter is considering the possibility that if they like a particular account, like for instance, if they like Altu Faltu, that's our Twitter handle,
Yeah.
then they can pay us for what we do.
Is that how you read it?
That's the way it is.
Is that the way you read it, Fatwani?
I thought that's what it is. It allows users to become paid subscribers on Twitter. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, fine, Fatwani.
It's called super follows, apparently, man. That they'll pay, I don't know what the creators for. So basically, what it means is that the users would have the ability to pay you to create content for them. How cool is that?
Exactly what I said, Fatwani. So they pay to subscribe.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it isn't like a donate option. Like,
No, it's not.
but what's
like for instance, like you have subscribe button, right, Fatwani?
Right.
Now you can just free subscribe.
Right.
Now a person who's a Twitter content creator like us, if we're on Twitter, we actually have stuff going on Twitter.
Huh.
We can say, you know what? Here's what you subscribe to me, but you got to pay me for it. Yeah.
So but like somebody who subscribes as
Like
a
Shashi
general...
Tharoor. Like Trump, for instance.
Shashi Tharoor.
Or Trump, okay, because I look at your remember Shashi Tharoor always, I don't know why.
Oh God.
But Trump, for instance, right? All his followers. He has how many? 7 million followers on his Twitter.
God
He
knows.
had.
I don't
right?
know.
So all those people can pay to subscribe to him. To see his tweets.
Oh, is it? So people who don't pay will not see his tweets.
Correct.
No.
Yeah.
I
That's the way
think
it is.
I
That's the way they're trying to do it. I don't know how I don't know if it's been actioned and everything, but of course there's a lot of stuff to be talked about. Probably donate button will be there. They'll pay for it, I suppose, but I don't think so.
I don't know. It's called a super follow. So they tested this particular feature.
Yeah, super follow probably get more information about the person.
So-
It's people like Kim Kardashian and all.
Yeah, so it would have the ability to pay creators for additional content within their Twitter feed.
So the thing is, if Kim Kardashian, for instance, is like, oh, you're going to only see my fall collection if at all you're a super,
Yeah.
people will definitely go and say, yes, I'll follow you.
Yeah, exactly.
I
That's
think Nick Kim Kardashian and what's his name?
Kanye West are divorcing.
They're divorcing?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They are divorcing. It's
So the match went south finally.
you know it happened when Kanye West announced that going to run for president.
What did she say?
The time that she said that yes, it's his bipolar thing kicking, so we need to that they're going to take a break. And he says that it started when she reached out to Trump for the prison reform.
I know it actually has something to do with technology, but no, it's not technology. It's all money. The moment he gets into politics, he's going to lose a lot of money. So she wants to make sure she gets all the money from him.
I don't know what's going on.
All the
But-
money. See
but-
what did that? All the money.
Yeah.
All the money.
All the money.
All the money. All the money. Anyways. That's
Okay,
fine.
alimony, all the money. I thought he was trying to do a play on words, Manijan. For
It
those
was
of you who
clever.
don't get it, it was it.
Ha.
Well, it didn't land well. So.
Because you are not a good landing point.
Okay, whatever. So let's tell you, Manijan, shares of GameStop jumped more than 10% on Friday, putting the video game retailers' stock on pace to triple for the week in a renewed rally left analysts puzzled. GameStop shares hovered around 105 in late morning trading, off 3%, but are up nearly 200% for the week to date, despite a broader market sell-off that has erased nearly all the gains in the Nasdaq Composite Index for the month. Analysts have struggled to find an easy explanation for the rally, leaving some skeptical that it will continue. So, in the other news that China's Huawei plans to make electric vehicles now under their own brand. Could launch some models this year, 4 sources said, as the world's largest telecommunications equipment maker, battered by US sanctions, explores a strategic shift. They're in talks with state Chang'an Automobile and other automakers to use their car plans to make electric vehicles, according to 2 of the people familiar with this particular matter. Bitcoin is set for the first week since March, as a rout in global bond markets sent yields flying and sparked a sell-off in more riskier assets. The world's biggest cryptocurrency slipped as much as 6% to 44,451 before recovering most of its losses. It was last trading down 1% at 46,671, on course for a drop of almost 20% this week, which would be its heaviest weekly loss since March last year, when fears over the novel coronavirus caused havoc in financial markets. Finally, let's tell you that the United States withdrew its opposition to the idea of global rules on taxing digital giants like Google, Amazon, and Facebook at a meeting of finance ministers and central bankers of the world's top 20 economies on Friday at the G20 summit, an official said. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen announced the withdrawal of the U.S. safe harbor proposal. It has been welcomed. It is certainly a positive signal, the official said. Those are the tech news in today.
And that's all we have for you guys today on Good Morning Babe Balajana. Fadani, what do we have in the news in terms of what's happening locally? Anything local? Like, like San Jose and all the places. I know you shared about the San Francisco teen who actually is, missing and people are searching for it. Anything else coming up?
I shared about Santa Clara County guidelines also, right?
Yes, you did.
And I shared about the fact that Mayor Sam Liccardo is going to be... No, I didn't share this. Is going to be pushing to reopen schools in San Jose. That's right, Panajan. And of course, there's also the huge deal. A sinkhole has opened up off of 280. Yes, a sinkhole forced authorities to close part of the off-ramp from northbound Interstate 280 to 6th Street in San Francisco Thursday afternoon. The far left lane of the off-ramp will remain closed until further notice, the California Highway Patrol said. Center and right lanes will remain open.
Yes. Sinkhole, oh my God, the most scariest. You know what really scares me about sinkholes?
Yeah, what?
Really is
you don't know when it might happen, right?
Yeah, it's like, we still don't know what exactly is causing it. It just happens.
Right, exactly.
Some people say it's because the cavity, people are drawing all the water away and all the stuff. I don't think it's true.
I don't know what's going on, dude, but it's really scary. Like, if you're suddenly the whole thing, the earth caves under you. Yeah. That's so scary. But either ways, do you have time for a couple of headlines from India?
Of course, why not? Let's go.
The Indian government has extended suspension of scheduled international flights till March 31st, 2021. However, Vande Bharat mission and scheduled flights under the travel bubbles India has so far created with 27 countries like US, Germany, and France will continue, and people eligible as per government norms can fly to and from India on them. Scheduled international flights were suspended on March 23rd, 2020, and the severity of the pandemic has meant that even after a year, there is no sign of the same resuming anytime in a hurry. And in India, this is so great to know. Second phase of the COVID-19 vaccination drive is again from March 1st. If you have family in India, this is what you need to let them know. The people about the age or over 45 with certain health conditions will be able to get the vaccination in this round. People who want to get vaccinated in the second phase of COVID-19 vaccination will have to register on something called a CoWIN platform. They'd be able to self-register in advance by downloading the CoWIN 2.0 portal and through other IT applications called, the Arogya Setu that they created. You could download that and register. There'll also be walk-in provision for beneficiaries to get themselves registered at a nearby session site, get vaccinated. They'll just have to register with their name and mobile number and in turn receive an OTP with which the account will be created. So there's a bunch of, and registrations can be done for up to 4 people on one mobile app. So you can for all of this, Manajan, by going to MediaMahima.com. Those are the headlines from India as well.
And that brings us to the close of our Good Morning Bimalajan. We'll see you in the evening with our Pam Pam show and also Anmol like Bimalajan. But abhi ke liye, Fatwani, anything else you want to leave our bandhus with?
No, I wanted to ask you, do you have a Soch Vichar you want to share after all the wise of everything that you've been reading about Alto Baba? Your wisdom. You have a Soch Vichar. Yesterday you had something where you said something about Dukh being part of your life. So do you have a Soch Vichar for us today?
Fatwani, please don't try to patronize me here. And Bimalajan, here you go. This is a nice song. Ye gana jo hai are kind of my message to everybody out there. You know, don't worry about things. Just just don't stop. This is actually a very famous English song also, Father. You know, country song in line with the song. You know what the song? How the song goes?
How?
Because if you're going through hell, keep on going.
Because you have to get out at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it says that keep on going and don't let the devil know that you're there.
What?
As in keep on walking. If you stop, you actually will, that's what the whole thing is, right?
Yeah.
If you stop, they will know you're there. If you just walk through, it's like you're passing by. So just go through it. Yeah. So going through is really going through. Come out somewhere for sure. And that's the whole idea. But keep on walking. Johnny Walker said that, I suppose. Alright, but just have a wonderful, fantastic Friday.
लोगों को उनका सब कुछ दे